the Alchemist that we saw Navi run, or if they want to do some sort of cheese with Dazzle plus Huskar, maybe something strange.
Exactly.
Because that's what they were known for at the Frankfurt Major quite some time ago. But they like the Huskar.
Oh yeah.
When it's a good matchup.
And the immediate response from Artstar was banning out the Alchemist, assuming that was what they were opening up for.
10 seconds.
Well, they've run it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Miracle
reasonable.
plays an excellent battle alchemist. He'll open with the armlet, go into something like the Solar Crest.
Reserve time.
So Navi typically save Dendy's hero for last. There's still plenty of options available for them. No reason for them to take it now. We haven't seen any like the roamers come up from Navi, at least, like the Bounty Hunter, Riki.
Okay, that's a very good support pick, right? You want to pick a support there because you want to avoid giving away any information. The big value of the Juggernaut pick is that you can run him in all 3 lanes, and picking the support there means that your OG still has no idea where the Juggernaut's going to be in lane.
It is going to be Navi's biggest strength in this series, that you really cannot predict what they're going to do.
Yep.
5 seconds.
Well, I mean, we've seen that over and over again. If OG knows what you're going to do coming into a series, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to straight up destroy you.
And the Juggernaut as well, I think, being a deny pick. So that's also really important, just taking away 2 of their key heroes. OG first phase Juggernaut a lot of the time, too.
Seen the Bane in the group stages with Navi, picked it 3 times. Hasn't seen anyone else running it.
Alliance runs it occasionally, but anyways.
They've been running the Bane with the Dazzle Brood. That's what they've been running it with. Yeah.
Dazzle Brood as well?
Yes.
Alliance have, yeah.
Navi.
Oh, Navi have.
So anyways, what combos well with Dazzle? You still could potentially actually see, I think,
I mean, they picked a Naga Siren earlier today. We've seen a Meepo pick as well.
I think it's...
Huskar, of course.
Isn't it a little bit too slow-paced versus Navi, though? Isn't it a little bit too slow-paced against Navi?
Which one of them?
Naga?
I think so. I think it would be a mistake.
Yeah, you're right, Alan. It was Alliance group stages.
Okay, and they're going to go
that was the 3 of them. So we'll get a TA.
Okay.
Judging by how Miracle plays, I think this hero is right up his alley.
Yeah.
And
they banned that twice, didn't they?
They did, and it's especially when you look at the player dynamic, you've got a young superstar player. You want to get him going right now. You want to pick a hero that he feels like he can.
They need Darkseer right now. I think Darkseer is like really good. Darkseer plus Juggernaut Spin is really good against a TA. I think it's really good at teamfight, and Dazzle is really poor at zoning out the Darkseer. And you can combo it with Elder Titan. I would really like to see that out of Navi right now before it potentially gets banned out of the next phase.
That's true. Darkseer has gone uncontested, and they do not have an offlaner. Well, now they do.
Slardar picks up some...
No. Keep in mind, Navi will run Ditya on the Slardar a lot. They really like that. Slardar with items is scary, and Ditya can keep up with farm on this hero
But they've most often let the solo mid hero be picked at the end. So
that's fair enough.
I think it's fair to say that they'll run the Juggernaut on the safe lane rather than putting that on the off lane when they have a Slardar.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe so. I think Juggernaut can still hold his own versus TA, and they want some more physical damage synergy, so makes sense for them.
They are very versatile in how they lane.
Yeah. I'm still behind Ben's concept, and you can see OG are still thinking that Navi's mid is potentially still on the table here, banning out the Magnus.
5 seconds remaining.
What's good here for OG, guys?
I'm actually down with Meepo. Still, I like in combination with the Dazzle a lot, and I don't think that Navi really have the burst to take down the Meepos. Other thing, Huskar there's a lot of physical damage to
and
come up
minus
with.
armor.
Naga, I think, is too slow paced. All of Navi's heroes can fight very early on.
Noto used to play a lot of PL.
Yeah, they haven't really turned to it so much recently.
Right.
Just because he needs like bots or something though.
It was also in their less successful phase, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could turn around and do what I thought they were going to do earlier today and put Noto on the Lycan. Oh wow! And they're going to pick it into the TA.
Well, that means with the crowd's approval.
The
I love it.
heavily TA favored matchup all the way back from TI2.
I mean, this is Navi having confidence in their star player against the other team's star player, period. It's a difficult lane matchup for the Invoker, obviously less so than it was back in the day.
Great for us to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Or a one-position Invoker going up against the Batrider.
And the Lifestealer
And
goes
the
all
Lifestealer
the
comes
way to
out.
fifth
Okay.
pick.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Don't often see many fifth pick Lifestealers, but we've got it in the grand final of game 1. Jacob, which way is the draft gone?
On paper, I think OG has a significantly stronger draft.
Alan?
Yeah, these lane
Any
matchups
disagreement?
are just going to be very, very difficult for Navi. They're going to need superstar play out of Dendi to win this early game.
Okay, Ben, final words?
Definitely OG.
Definitely OG. Okay. 3 out of 3 on the panel agree that OG have had the better draft. Did they get off to the best start? Let's find out as we send it over to our commentary team for game 1 of the grand final. Capitalist, Blitz, and Toby 1.
Thanks a lot, Red. Yes, it is time to get underway for this grand final. Game number 1. Are we going to get a full series, guys? Do we get a full series? Maybe. I know, I'm starting with a hard question, Blitz.
Go Navi.
I mean, we have reality on this panel.
Dude, here's the, okay, going into this tournament, I thought Navi was like the 3rd best team here, and I think they did get a little bit lucky that they managed to dodge both OG and Liquid until the finals, but there is something to say about momentum. There's something to say about the fact that Navi, they want this win, I think, a bit more than OG. Like, you just won a major. Like, how do you top that high? You've won 2 majors this year. It's like, you know,
dude, I want to be
the team like rising. They want to be like, Navi is back, boys. Let's get a grand final win.
Cap, I want to be 6'2", but some things like you don't just get to do that.
You want to be LeBron James? You want to.
If you can't change your height, then well, like OG's gravity or something like that. And this team.
So needless to say, this is definitely the David versus Goliath matchup in the grand finals, right?
Make no mistake.
But that's what Navi loves, right? They love playing from behind. They like to be the underdogs after being that team that was always the ones who were triumphing over every team. They like to play from behind.
I think they would like to be that team that was beating all the other teams again.
Yeah, you probably like the team that's #1 in the world right now, but Navi just aren't there. But maybe they can prove something to us here in this grand finals. We haven't talked about the draft at all. I personally kind of like Navi's draft, but it's just sort of a well-rounded lineup, I would say. Templar Assassin, we kept seeing that being banned away by Liquid against OG, and finally OG get their hands on it.
We might have a moment up on top, Rune. OG coming in, the Spirit, trying to zone him out, but okay. Navi thought about it, but they're going to get nothing, so Didier will take the bottom Rune, and Juggernaut will, Miracle takes the other.
They remember what happened in the game against Vega where they fought against that Batrider, or they had that Batrider on their team at that point, but by the way, this is not us hating on Navi. This is massive respect for what OG have been able to do in the last 3 months. Getting 3rd at Epicenter, they got 1st at the most recent major. They beat Liquid, who were one of the top 2 teams here pretty handedly in that 3rd game, and Navi.
Nice roll in. Gets a little bit of damage, harassment onto Dendi. This matchup, the Quaswex Invoker versus the Templar Assassin, this goes okay for TA, right?
Yeah, this is pretty great for TA, actually.
Yeah.
This was the matchup that we first saw how broken it was when it was TI2, where Bulbo was playing against Ferrari's Invoker in that faded matchup.
Oh, yes. The matchup that Bulba is forever salty about because...
He'll tell you himself how bad this matchup is.
Very emphatically, he will tell you how much Templar Assassin is supposed to win this matchup, and he was supposed to lose. And that is very much true. Bulba can't be wrong.
But the meta has changed since then. Before, laning mattered a lot more. Nowadays, team fights are going to play a big difference, and the Quaswex Invoker, that's what he's known for, bread and butter. You're meant to be a little bit behind. You'll catch up through getting a 4-staff and a Midas at some point in the game, and you won't have too many worries. Like, that's just the nature of Invoker as a hero.
Meanwhile, you have Templar Assassin, the opposing side. Her biggest strength is that they are Dire side. They can take Roshan pretty easily. Even if they don't have the starter, they still have a minus armor physical damage hero. So they can start building up that early momentum that way. And even if the team fight is superior from the Invoker, they have that extra life to work off of. So that's kind of like the pros and cons between these the matchups and what they provide outside of the laning phase.
Yes, exactly. And Miracle did have that early bit of help. So he's going to be ahead in CS. Then he's going to connect on that EMP.
Oh, that's so big.
Yeah.
just caught him at the edge of that.
Won't be a decent rune as well on the top river. It's only going to be a haste rune for him, and he's still short of the bottle. But it might give Miracle enough confidence that he can push Denny back a little bit further and get that final CS to get bottle. Yeah. One lane we haven't kind of looked at is Moon. Like he's got all the consumables in the world, but is kind of getting no space on this bot lane. Arstar's just been pulling the entire time. Like, do you almost want to abandon and head to the jungle at this point if you're Moon?
I don't think this is a lane that you can really contest. Bane is one of the better heroes as a support to deal with offlaners just because, A, he's got really good move speed, Brain Sap allows him to almost efficiently trade at all times. On top of that, DDR doesn't really need help. As long as DDR can just keep this creep wave back, it's going to be really hard for Moon to get anywhere near here. But his type of Bat Rider almost always tries to contest. Like, you almost always see Moon try to get something out of the offlane, but I think in this game, just stack this creep camp up, get your level 2 up that bottom lane, then rotate to the jungle almost entirely.
It's kind of like an offlaner's worst nightmare. You have a support that can test you 1v1 and can win that, and then you'll also have a kill combo setup where they can go for the sleep into the spin. So it's definitely a lane there's a lot of incentive to leave and just go jungle, no matter what Moon's preferences are. And you could see that there's something very similar happening for Navi. The Slardar is already banned in his lane, and he is very much less likely hero to abandon a lane. But that's the age of Iron Talon gaming. Even Slardars will pick it up and neutral away.
So they actually want to try and go on this mid lane. Thanks to the Observable, they understand the Chris just around the corner. But with the Spirit into the stomp, Miracle's going to get locked. EMP, crit. Do you want to do something here? Does he want to let Miracle go? The boulder forward, looking for any kind of follow-up. There isn't really. Now the kick actually gets gone through the Shadow Wave from Fly. The damage is huge. Navi were not prepared for that. It looked like they had the kill. But the trap was set from OG, and they were so patient before they released.
Man, that was such a kind of cool rotation from Navi. The way you're able to use the Slardar jungling to go for the gank. They hit the clap. They wait for the EMP. All that. It looks really nice, but unfortunately, OG they're going ready to go, and they're going to catch Hardstyle too.
Boulder forward. He's got a defensive nightmare up, and the damage with 3 sticky napalms and the Firefly there. General rotates over. Any kind of control. There's not enough mana. He's short by 5 mana points. But Didier still going to rotate up himself, looking for crit, who's making a break for the Ancients, hoping to deny at the time. He'll actually get it done as well. D-Run never attacked, but General will still be able to keep that double crush off. But Miracle, the damage is so big, he'll hit up the hill as well. Moon so low now, he's looking for a denial, but they don't turn around on him. Not so lucky enough, but there's still 3-1 on the board.
Both couriers died?
Oh, wait, what? The Radiant Courier died as well. Oh, dear.
What just happened?
What? What
Mark the
was it doing
positions
up there?
Mark the positions, pimp.
It was simultaneous too. That was really odd.
Yeah, that is. Huh.
All right.
Hey, wait, whose boots does Slardar have?
Oh, he has
Slaughter's walking around with Denny's
He's bringing
boots.
about. All right. I just didn't want to make sure there wasn't anything crazier that happened than those 2 couriers dying at the same time.
He's the new courier, replacement courier.
There's not enough things happened. We need to add to this.
So he gets his phase boots. That's pretty typical that the Quaswex Invoker gets his damage items first.
I just want to talk about something about Miracle really fast before Seneko TP's up at top. It's just the best part about having a player like Miracle is that he applies pressure just by being in the game. The enemy team always has him in the back of his head like, oh, we're playing against Miracle. So at some point, you're going to make a rotation on him, and you're going to make it heavy. OG always recognize that. They always have heroes that can counter-initiate. That's the important part. They have somebody like Dazzle that can come in, get that big heal bomb off, and Earth Spirit at the same time with that great counter-initiation. They always have a reply to whatever Navi is going to do.
Yeah, that's why they're so good with the defensive style heroes like Dazzle and Phoenix.
Tornado up, Miracle, they're going to try again. Arstyle's rotating over, the Stomps there, and Miracle. 4 heroes committed to try and kill him off. Shallow Grave available from Fly, but he's letting Miracle walk up, bottle charge, and now Nightmare, No-Tail moves forward. He's got open wounds available, but Navi back up onto their higher ground of the mid-river.
Yeah. They crowded in 4. They said 3 wasn't enough. This time we'll bring in a 4th. It still isn't enough to bring him down, and you see the overcommitment to trying to pick him off just because of how much impact he can have.
Moon's going to find another one. Arstyle was just coming down for the rune, and now, well, Miracle, they're prepping him to find the kill, and it will be, in fact, into the hands of Miracle. 3 out of the 4 kills of OG belong to the TA.
You thought you were going to shut Miracle down by getting aggressive on him, and it actually turns to be the opposite case, where he's just getting extra farm because you're bringing heroes to him for him to kill. This is not the start that Navi were really hoping for. And now they may even lose their carry who's been farming away. They're going to try and lead with crit, trying to get a stun inside.
Did he run? Does he may not know. Yep, there's a lifestealer sitting inside. The Shallow Grave's going to be there. Again, allowing him to fight harder. The Nightmare's going to be allowing Did to have some time to get the Omni Slash off, but it's still not enough. It will be a 1-for-1 trade-off, but this is about to be 2 as Arsal underneath his own tower. The brains have the life of Moon. Verify was not enough to keep himself alive.
That actually turns somewhat okay. Like, they lost their Juggernaut, and that really sucks, but considering that was a smoke rotation and it could have been much, much worse, the fact that they traded 2 for 2 and they still have a hero up at top that is freely farming away, that's, you know, a glimmer of hope there for Navi in this laning phase that has been rather nasty for them.
Yeah, that was just a rotation that the timing of it was a little bit odd because typically you won't see the Lifestealer leave top until he has that armlet, and that's usually when Navi is going to start rotating DAR out of that bottom lane and either rotating him top or having him gank mid, but instead it's OG that strike first, and the timing of that is fast.
Is it solely the surprise factor? Is that why they rotated the Lifestealer so quickly, or do they feel an incentive to try and keep Digirod down?
I think it's both. Whenever you can gank the Radiant safe lane, you should, but at the same time, the timing of it is a lot faster than expected, so it's almost always going to work as...
EMP, nothing else.
Just trying to annoy him. If you can't kill him, bother him.
Yeah. 8.5 minutes in. This game has been pretty action-packed back and forth, but OG have been taking a lead. Navi still have this kind of setup where they can rely on their Invoker to be super disruptive, but they need to enable him to get that kind of early Midas and get the experience lead.
Yeah, so far the exact opposite has happened.
Yeah.
Navi have given away 3 kills to Miracle in the early game. He's got near free CS at the same time. He's doesn't really have to rotate to this bottom lane because his team already killed that Raw once.
Denny's going to have another crack over at mid lane. Takes away all of the mana of Miracle with a rotation in from Snako. Combining it with a Cold Snap. Miracle, no refraction charge, but he's got 6-1 charges and fly. Again, that OG support rotates in very quickly the second he's in any kind of peril.
And Earth Spirit rotated mid as well, which is actually really bad for Navi because they were setting up for that gank on him, right? So it just so happens that Crit is able to avoid that. They've got super aggressive vision up at that top lane, but as Blitz was talking about last series, it's been the trend for a number of patches now, but abandoning the safe lane.
Here they go. That scan went out from Navi just before this happened. They thought something was coming, but Crit was already there. The Infest popped out, but it's not enough damage. Duran wants to turn. He's only got Omni Slash available and not much life to work with. And with the help coming in from Fly, they're going to back up and heal up. But they're doing it right under the vision of that aggressive OG ward.
Still, I really like how they're putting constant pressure on the safe lane. They're opening up the rest of the lanes, even though Artstyle is going to get some farm. They don't really care about this hero picking up his level 6 too much, as the Bat Rider...
Okay. Invis. Just a free escape for the Dazzle.
Miracle? Is he going to force that? They're going to tornado up, and General actually takes a lot of damage from the Mel Strike. Duran's going to rotate over. He's only going to the spin. Is that going to be enough damage to move around Miracle? No! Miracle! He still finds the kill over on Slaughter.
And they get the Elder Titan at bottom lane. That should have just been like the kill on Miracle, no trade-off whatsoever, but even then Miracle is able to get that last Meld Strike to secure the kill on the Slardar. At least they keep Miracle down a bit, but it's going to cost them. They're going to lose that tier 1 tower, I think, at bottom lane.
Seems to delay the Blink Dagger as well.
Bottom tower is under
This has got to start getting a little bit demoralizing right now for Navi. There hasn't really been a clean trade. They focus so heavily on this mid lane. That's their third 3-man rotation in a mid, and they still lost the hero for it.
He has the armlet now for the Lifestealer. They're giving Bane the free space at the top lane for him to get his level 6. And maybe the team fights can turn around for them. Then they've got some solid disable through the Magic community, but Bat Rider,
team fight's already here.
Progression. He's got the Blink Dagger. They're looking for the opening to take the tier 1.
Well, they find it. They find General. Pick him up, throw him down, an extra kick to make sure there's no crush. And they're ready to attack into the tower. Snake was able to scout the stack while getting an extra Observer Ward up. A little bit deeper on OG's bot lane.
He's going to get spotted, though, and that's almost certainly going to get dewarded at the same time.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So just flying around?
What you said in the past, Blitz, is that, you know, the enemy, you play in the enemy safe lane, right? Oh, Miracle.
He may actually be in trouble. Can he actually kill Dendi? The EMP tornado is going to be there, but Miracle was still up in the air.
I was hoping Artstyle would actually get there for the Fiend's Grip in time, but he was a bit too far. So they lost heroes in the safe lane twice now. What should Navi be doing then in that case? Should they have abandoned their safe lane already? Should they be playing top instead?
They should just go top, take that tier 1 tower on Dire side. Almost nobody's going to try to contest for that tower just because it doesn't matter very much. And Snake is going to drop down here too.
Yeah, with Miracle coming in, it's a guaranteed kill. Fly actually gets the Shadow Wave off too.
This is starting to look a little bit ugly. They're averaging almost a kill a minute right now. They've got full map control. General's just being gone on at every turn.
And Crit's always there to help out. The kick going to be a little bit of target for General. Silent stuff, he can't crush. There's the pop out from Notel to find that kill. There's still a setup coming in from OG. Over in the mid, looks like Moon was actually rotating the bottom lane, feeling like more assistance was required, but he's got Lasso off cooldown in 3 seconds and itching for a target.
This is by far the roughest game that I've seen General play at this tournament so far, and it just feels like Navi can't keep up with the pace that OG are setting right now. It feels like they're forcing things too much. The beginning of the game didn't work out for them, and so they're continuing to try to bash their heads and run at OG, but it just isn't working.
Do you think they just don't have the supports or cores to be like really aggressive in the first 10 to 15 minutes? Is that why Navi aren't able to keep up?
And they're running into a lineup that isn't easy to kill. Like there's so many different heroes that have escape abilities on the side of OG that you just need to grab levels early on. Almost every single person on OG can self-sustain for themselves. You've got a Grave on one of your supports, he's roll on the other, Firefly on one, Refraction and Rage on the other two. It's just hard to really kill anybody OG. So I think it's time to start looking for straight up 5-on-5 team fights, which is what I think they're gonna go for.
You could already see them grouping up at mid, going for the smoke. OG will do something similar here. They may wrap for General. Oh, this is going to be one of those nasty situations. Whoever gets the initiation first.
Miracle's out of blink back. Shadow Wave's already over on Navi. And with that hit, the Omni Slash is going to go to work. Denny able to escape back out. Snako going to try and split this Earth, but it's already too late. They've lost the Bane. The kick through keeping Snako out of this fight, allowing Notel and Crit to finish that job. Notel with a double kill as General up the top of the river, as well as surrounded by 4 heroes. And there's in fact 4 heroes to go down for Navi. Teddy bailing out the very start with that Ghost Walk.
I think did they get a bit of vision there from, at least they knew there was going to be a lot of heroes around that mid area thanks to the ward behind the tower.
They saw Snako just behind the tier 1 tower, but he was the only hero from Navi revealing. They didn't see the actual smoke itself.
Yeah. So Miracle, I mean, either way, he at least he knows something could be up. He gets the quick blink back, and then Artstyle is just like super far forward as the Bane.
It was 13:54, so Miracle was almost certainly just going for the Rune, making a pit stop.
Yeah.
And then they were going to walk up, and it just so happens to Navi's dismay that everybody was waiting for them on the side of OG, and in a straight up fight like that, 5-on-5, which is what it ended up being, no way that Navi can win, not with the disadvantage that they're at already.
Now they have to fight through an Aegis. There's nothing left, it seems, for Navi, but avoiding fights as best as possible. OG are just going to take this tier 1, most likely, with the Aegis. I guess Navi can try and burn them out. They do have their super disruptive Quaswex Invoker.
Well, with the Nightmare into EMP, Miracle doesn't have a lot to work with until the Vega's going to trigger, but Notel just going ham here against Artstyle, protected by the Rage. So the stomp of Snako not really dissuading him that much. It's just the fact the creep wave is disappearing. And OG looping around the back. That Observer was still giving perfect vision deep into the Navi lineup. And Miracle waits the hidden ninja at the moment. He'll blink away. I don't think he was certain they knew where he was. He would have actually still just been out of range of that sentry ward that was planned down by Navi.
That's something I see Miracle do with his Templar Assassin more than most other ones. He lays the trap of the meld, the aggressive meld sit forward. You just wait for someone to pass by, but got a little scared.
Tower is under attack.
And Navi, they know this is coming, but they're not sure if they can actually stop it.
It's just nice when you take a little bit of the mana off one of these heroes of OG, but Fly walking around with the Arcanes, Crit's already back to half of his mana.
They have the counterward in place.
Wow, they just go for it. The lasso, Mabelhold with Snako in position, the Omni Slash, however, killing up the Batrider. Miracle, Nightmare up, you're going to the spin from Diddy Ra. They really want Miracle down. Where's that Shallow Grave? Fly still holding it with the crush. It's there, keeping him back, but Notel rages and moves forward. The kick and emits its target. The ET splitter making this a little bit more difficult for OG as they're fighting between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower. Navi still itching for an opening. He got cost up an EMP, waiting from Dendy. They find Miracle, an extra bash, the EMP, the stomp's there, but they don't do any damage, at least enough to break through refraction and stop that blink out. We still have to keep in mind that Miracle is fighting with that Aegis Immortal, so as Didira starts to spin over on Miracle, it's not going to be enough damage. They turn over to No-Tail. Fly still got that shallow grave, but the damage is enough just to rip through the Juggernaut. Miracle just being the punching bag, but willingly against Navi.
They just can't kill anything. They got the Bat Rider, but that's solely because the initiation was really awkward, where Moon had to come in and help Miracle out when he gets caught out by the counter wards right in front of the tier 2 tower. And that still isn't enough for them to win the fight, mostly because Crit had that really good roll in onto 3 heroes, and he just, like, Navi were trying to position themselves where they're sitting 4 behind the Juggernaut, but Crit rapidly makes the fight a whole lot more chaotic with his initiation.
There's a Blink Dagger already on the Earth Spirit as well. Everybody's starting to rack up items on the side of OG. And Navi, they keep losing their safe lane carry. That's the worst part about all of this. It's not as if DRA is farming during this time. He has kept up for the most part in terms of last hits, but in net worth, he is lagging far behind.
Yeah, he doesn't even have his Battle Fury yet, so once he does have that, it would be a long road for Navi to make the net worth recovery via farming.
There's 2 problems I see for Navi right now. One is, A, their safe lane carry, he just can't do this all on his own. There's just too much for him to cut through. He doesn't deal enough damage against this type of lineup. And the second thing is that Navi's lineup is meant to get into fights. Like, they have a lot of teamfight heroes. They don't have the best split push or straight up farming. It's not like they'll win when it comes to the ultra late game. So it is contingent on them winning these mid-game fights, but it's just too big of a farm disparity right now.
Yeah, they're supposed to be particularly good at defensive style team fights where the enemy team's pushing into them due to the nature of heroes like Quaswex and Invoker, as well as the Elder Titan, but OG are going to find another initiation.
Yeah, they're looking for their target. Snake underneath the tier 2 tower seems to be the best one. Miracle is going to blink forward almost to the tier 3 tower. Snako moves up to the tree line, trying to use that Fog of War as well as the Storm. Lasso dragging Denny back out, and then you just pop out with No-Tail to kill off the Invoker. Miracle still standing his ground, and now R-Star Flame Break is going to end up cancelling that Fiend Script, allowing Fly to have some distance with ET split and No-Tail. Okay, it doesn't even matter. Omni slash it up, will it bounce over? Yes, it does. No-Tail can armor toggle himself back up to a little bit more life until Fly can release the Shadow Wave once again as Crit bouldering forward.
He's got a package.
A surprise in there. It's No-Tail ripping through Taneko. Man, the OG, they don't care about towers, they don't care about positioning. They're all over Navi.
Team fighting is everything. They've got a Desolator right as you see, like, oh, but Didira has Battle Fury. Yeah, there's a Desolator on Miracle now.
His ulti just isn't doing enough. It's not a deterrent anymore for OG. OG realized that just through the Shadow Wave and the Grave constantly being up, they can just tank through it, and they can constantly get into these fights that continue to favor them. And I mean, at this point, Navi, they're just looking for OG to make up, but I don't really know.
Where's the opening? R-Star looking for something here. He's going to Nightmare over on Moon, trying to keep him out of the fight. We split off with the EMP Tornado. Moon, No-Tail, Fly. They're all not great for this one. In fact, Didira. Oh, there's a Shallow Grave from Fly. Didira can't finish the job yet. Moon, he wants to get out of here. He's got one char. He's got the Blink Dagger up in 1 second time. Can't do it. The Slander's able to get the crush. Miracle, he's waiting. He's waiting. He's melted right in the middle. Crit comes through. A 3-man kick. R-Star's waiting there too. Miracle pops out. Doesn't find the kill. He breaks free out the Nightmare. But now they can try and turn this fight around, or can they? R-Star's just dying to the Magnetize in the backline. Didira has to make a break for the tree line. General leading. No, he won't lead him over to his teammate. But Miracle right behind Dendy. Again, carry boy right now for the Lifestealer. With the Tornado, Dendy has the space to back out.
God, that's an AC on the Lifestealers. They have Deso and AC by 20 minutes. Heroes are just going to vanish. They're just going to get one or two shot by Miracle with all this minus armor and overwhelming physical damage. And again, he's the Miracle specialty. One of the heroes he prefers the most. Templar Assassin, he plays it so well, and he sets up another Meld Strike trap.
10,000 net worth for Miracle already at just 21 minutes, but the rest of his team has really picked up the pieces. Fly 2-0 and 11, always right there with those Graves. And he's just been an absolute thorn in Navi's side as they're going to go for the smoke, but this is somewhat of a desperation smoke because they cannot take more of these lost fights. They've got to get Ward Vision down, play into it. They didn't even really have Ward Vision when they went for the smoke. They're just guessing at this point.
Yeah. And they're also setting up vision that may be ineffective just because
They're gonna
OG
find
haven't
Fly.
played inside
Yeah,
their top lane.
Fly and Courier. They're going to amplify the Courier so at least they can keep vision on it. But Fly be the primary target. He's still got Shallow Grave available in support. It's rotating over, but it's actually Navi support right behind Fly. So that was really nice knowing you, Fly.
Seneko throwing out that attempt at last hitting with the Astral Spirit. People got to get gold, man.
Bottom tower
Yeah,
is
he
under
certainly
attack.
doesn't need it though. His cores are still really far behind. 8K, 9K respectively for the Invoker and Juggernaut, while you have the Lifestealer and Templar Assassin already above the 10K marker.
Has fallen.
Looks like No-Tail's going to go for what looks like a Solar Crest. Really odd pickup for a Lifestealer. Not often we see that.
Oh, they're going again. Didira lassoed up, and that Mel Strike from Miracle does the work, but it's crit as well. Underneath the observable, he's been waiting there for a good minute and a half for someone to walk up, and Artstar was finally the one that appeased him.
Pretty sure they should never head into their own jungle like that unless it's like 5-man smoke situation. They're pushing out the top lane too.
Oh, that jump! So quick! We might miss the kill on bottom lane, but that's because Miracle just explodes people.
I mean, Miracle's gonna get a kill every like minute or two. It's kind of just expected, but that pickoff on crit would have been really cool because then they would have put more pressure on the tier 2 and they could have forced more defensive rotations from OG.
That reaction time was unbelievable. Instantly gets the blink out.
Well, the panel's been flagging him as one of the greatest players of today so far.
I mean, he's proving it.
It's not just today, man. Crit is like everybody talks about Miracle as well. You should. He's probably, I mean, top 3 greatest players right now. But Crit, he is a superstar support player.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
OG are gonna smoke.
It's the trap again.
Go for Warrior.
Miracle's waiting. Can he actually one-hit him? No, it's gonna be 2.
Oh no! You're supposed to be a Bane, like you're supposed to be one of the tankier supports that is able to deal with 1v1 situations.
Oh, they're gonna run into Dendi here too.
Wait, is Dendi gonna walk into him? It's the other way around. Crit's gonna make his play through, looking for the kick, not gonna find him. Moon actually just jumps in as well. Forced off back, and Dendi unwillingly dragged into the pit of the OG Wolves.
Templar Assassin, ever since the Blink Dagger change as well, he's able to have the refraction up and able to just like instantly blink. It means this matchup is even more favored in some ways to the TA.
6.89 patch, Miracle nerfed.
See the jump in from General, they're gonna be able to get the 2-man stun, but
that buyback on Dendi's so expensive as well. Like you're 24 minutes in, it may not be that much money, but you're so far behind.
I mean, they force a buyback. No need to get greedy if you're OG. You can back yourself away. Wait for the next Aegis.
Yeah, how long we got for that one? It's actually not that far away, about a minute on the old analog clock.
Yeah, and Navi, they have no vision to work with, right? So they're operating completely blind. They're going to be thinking, okay, Roshan could be up right now. If they don't see the miracle, but they do right now. Hardstyle sees him.
Oh, yeah, he's got enough.
Miracle, stop it. He just woke. He just left himself. They woke himself back up again.
What are you even going to do against this? Like, Miracle right now owns this map.
I think OG, they do it together. They've got 28 kills in 25 minutes. Navi.
It's definitely hard to deny it, but there's also 12 kills and 9 assists over on Miracle. He's been involved in practically everything. But there's definitely a hell of a lot of enablers over on OG. They will not be hosting an intervention.
That's what OG, they're all about. Enabling Miracle to be his best. And he's just going to take some objectives. Looks like Roshan is up now. No rush, though.
Another lasso. They find him again. It's going to be Didira. That call, this will be his 5th death right now. Well, he'll get the spin off as well as the one charges. Chris staying right behind him, going to boulder forward and actually blocks his pass smack bang between the trees.
I don't know. I don't know, Toby. I just saw that little shrug. You're just like, okay, what to do? Navi are probably sitting in their booth. They're kind of shrugging as well. They're like, I don't know, guys.
I think
this we can do now.
One of those games where you just say, all right, we got outplayed. Let's just think about what's supposed to happen in the next game because they don't have any real
jump. 3-man crush. The ET split is coming. Fiend's grip over on Miracle. Take out 9K at least of OG. Will it be enough? But the jump throw is still not enough. They're still alive. The Shadow Wave almost just destroys it. Miracle helping out with that one, but Fly Gets a much needed support kill. As OG just keep going. They're low, they're amplified. Moon itching to keep the sticky napalm up. The Spirit slowing down the works, but OG still with heavy damage. Miracle, there's the tornado, but there's no EMP follow-up, and Crit, he's just controlling so heavily with these stuns that Navi can't even find their quick opening. But damn, they just look for the lines, they take the melee racks. It's like death from 1,000 nails. As Dandy getting critted down, General's able to find something as the Geometry side down. Crew will manage to collect, but Notal diving almost to the fountain to chase down Dandy. He's almost inside the well. The buyback will come out from Slaughter with the stomp. Notal, maybe you did go a little bit too far, but no, Fly is there. The medic always waiting. Notal wants to TP out as she cancels it, and he'll go down. Invoker, Dandy gets over 1,000 gold for the kill, and Navi, they smell blood in the water. They jump forward. The stun on Crit, the Spirit's down as well. Miracle, he's waiting in the trees. Tornado will get that kill over on Fly as he hits the ground. Miracle and Crit, they need the stun. Does Miracle want to jump? Crit just goes for Seneko. They jump back. The damage! Dandy will explode! Miracle's there. The gem might be lost. They want to find more. The stun available. Navi, the follow-up stop. They need Miracle, and they're going to get Miracle. 1, 3, 3, almost 7, but it's a 9. OG will get team wiped by Navi.
OG are like trying to disrespect Navi in this first game. They push high ground, not even trying to go for the Aegis. They go back in when it's like Miracle plus Crit at like no HP, and they just try and 2v4. And now Navi actually have an opening. They just got some really big kill bounties. They have Roshan available to them unless OG is going to buy back on Miracle.
That's what
okay, they are.
They're TPing. The tier 1 tower still alive with a double damage rune now, looking to bring down Roshan, but Moon flies over. He doesn't have the gem to scan out that observer board because he lost it in the last fight.
Navi can't take this fight either. Without Invoker there, he's got so much of their net worth, highest on their team, no way that they're going to fight that. And OG, they're going to pick up this Aegis on Miracle, but they desperately want to get that second set of
Coming
racks.
back. They're like, thanks for the amplified damage.
It's like Navi still want to look for the fight. They got the observer boards. They see where OG is moving.
I mean, I think they should, once the Invoker is here, look for the fight that is, because, I mean, it's an opening. You didn't have that before. If you could win another fight, take Roshan, maybe this game actually changes.
Can they delay this enough with the Spirit until that Shiva's guard is done? Miracle still sitting inside the pit. You go for the stomp. Miracle just tries to wait it out. The silence as well. No amplifying over on Fly, which looked to be the target here of General. Dendy is here. And goes the EMP Tornado. Miracle is still inside the pit. He's going to finish up Roshan. While General, he's going to fall down very quickly. The split not really being effective enough. The gem is lost on the deck. Now the Omni Slash. Crit looking low, wants to boulder away, but Miracle, he's here in the fight. He's looking for the target. Arstar will delay the inevitable thanks to the Ghost Scepter. And OG, they move out. It's Notal to get the double kill. They boulder forward. They see Seneko, but no! Overshot the mark.
Crit didn't realize how good he was. He was like, oh no, I need to blink forward and catch Seneko. And he actually hits him with the rolling boulder in. I mean, you can't blame Navi for trying to go for that. I mean, what's the difference? You were losing, you lost the game before, now you lost the game again. There's no real big difference here. They had to go for the play that could change the game.
Yeah. With the Aegis, maybe they can make something happen, or with Miracle's buyback, maybe they can make something happen.
Yeah.
But giving him the Aegis kind of nullifies that in its entirety. And now with the second set of racks down, Navi, they desperately have to hold this, but they don't have 2 of their cores available. It's going to come down to just 3 heroes here.
Yeah, try and slow it down, but that jump forward again. Ghost Scepter will protect Art Style. Maybe the next thing on the wish list for OG is a Diffusal Blade.
At some point, Miracle's going to say, I've had enough of that. That's twice now.
Well, they still claim the bottom racks. They can't go for more because the tier 2 tower is still alive on the top lane. But then again, when I say more, I mean racks.
No, they're going to go for kills, Toby.
This is OG. The only level of disrespect we haven't seen from OG right now is Moon dropping items.
Looks like they're just going to get...
That is actually true. Why hasn't he done that?
I don't know. Obviously, Moon playing cautious tonight.
I guess he's probably lost too many series that he did that in, so... maybe he thinks, maybe he's a little bit superstitious.
Top
or maybe
lane.
his mom is watching.
Slaughter's pushing it out, but it's in the trees. Miracle waiting. Arstar, they're pinging out. I think they realize that something is not right here. And Crit jumps forward. Boom! There goes Arstar. Notal right behind him too. Dandy wants to try and make... Well, okay, I know what he wants to try and make here.
I think it's like, it's almost like, in some ways, oh, they are going to get General.
Yeah, there it is. Kill with the big hit. Crit face gaming here. Right now, Lifestealer has even just decided to become a range creep to help out OG with this push. The tier 4 towers are open for attack. Miracle has more than enough damage to get rid of this.
Yeah, they're not even bothering going for mega creeps at this point. They understand just how far ahead they are.
That range creep is chasing Dendy. Lifestealer, no tell, you're gonna pop out at any time here. Yep, there it is. Dendy forced up back the mails, and with the push up, Dendy, he'll survive the attack, will miss uphill, but Dira lost to the world down the lower ground. It's a nice time of all beans go get into the kick. The kick is coming in, the split does its work, but the damage is still not enough. Fly still gonna shine Grave. He'll let it off on himself, thanks to the brain step of Barstyle. They move forward again, Nightmare off him, call out in 1 second time. It's like he wants Fly. He'll stealth Nightmare. What's he trying to bait here? Miracle will be happy to take it. Another life to add to his blades. 19 kills for Miracle. He's currently been involved in 75% of all of OG's kills. And goes for victory general with a double crush. Dendy, well, he's down. There's something to hotel, but it's GG. 41-13. OG take game 1 of this best of 5 grand final.
OG had some fun with that one, boy. I'll tell you what. It was at a point where they were just like, they looked at that tier 2 top and it was like they were too lazy. They were like, I don't want to rotate top, guys. Let's just try and kill them inside their base and force them to GG out.
This has to send ripples as well through the series, right? Like, you know, you're playing a full best of 5 and OG does that to you in game 1. How's your mindset got to be?
I mean, Navi